Hello everyone, welcome back to the Fat Man's Guide. Today, we're going to take a guided hike on the Morrison Loop Trail near Warren County, Pennsylvania on the Kinzua Reservoir. You'll start out in the parking lot of the Morrison Loop Trail, which is conveniently placed on Route 59, just on top of the ridge. When you start, you're going to see the big sign at the entrance. And you're going to walk in, and there's kind of a connector trail because there's two trail systems here. One is going to be the Morrison Trail system, and the second is going to be the Rimrock Trail system. Now when we hike through this area, we're going to get to a sign, and that sign is going to show us that if you go to the right, you'll be taking the Morrison Loop as well as going to the Rimrock route. Or if you go to the left, you'll be taking just the Morrison Loop. We're going to take a left today. Now as we turn to the left, we're going to be hiking through a clear-cut area. Again, a lot of beautiful ferns, and we're going to end up hiking through an area of mountain laurel. Eventually, we're going to work our way down into the Morrison Creek Valley. Now at this point, we're going to follow the Morrison Creek Valley. We're going to cross over the creek a couple different times. We're going to walk through some really interesting rock features, but we're going to follow the creek most of the way, and it's a beautiful little babbling brook. Eventually we'll speed up a little bit down once we get closer to the bottom. Now as we're traveling along, there's a beautiful spot that not a lot of people realize, but as you're walking on a graded area, if you look to the left, you're going to hear what is going to be a really beautiful waterfall, almost to the bottom of the trail before we turn back up the hill. You have to climb down a little bit of an embankment, but it's definitely a view that's worth stopping down and seeing. Now again, when we get to the bottom of the loop, you're going to see a sign. It's going to say down to the Morrison Creek Campground, and of course also the continuation of the Rimrock Trail. What we want to do here is we want to turn a right, and we want to start going uphill. If you take a left, you're going to go down to the reservoir. It's a beautiful view, it's a beautiful section of trail, but it is about another 7-8 miles that you're going to be hiking. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to travel up the ridge back up to the top of the Morrison Creek Loop. Now along this section, there's a lot of beautiful rock features. Where the first section, you're going to follow the creek. In this section, you're going to have a number of rock features. You're also going to have a cool little campsite where people have made some rock benches, and it's a really nice spot to be able to go camping. Again, as we get close to the top of the ridge, we will eventually see another sign. Now this is actually the connector point for the Rimrock Trail. If you head to the left, you're going to take that Rimrock Trail, and that's going to again have some beautiful views of the Kinzua Reservoir. We'll do a video on that later at some point in time. But instead, what you want to do is you want to keep straight. You're about 7/10 of a mile from getting to the connector point where we started when we took our first left. And again, here we are at the connector. At this point, you'll see a little parking insignia. You'll take a left, you're gonna hike the about a half mile back to the parking lot, and there you go, folks. That's the Morrison Creek Trail. Again, my thoughts on the trail, folks. I think the Morrison Creek Trail is a wonderful trail, especially for people who are looking for what I would consider a pretty easy trail. There's a couple little tough parts, but for the most part, it's not bad at all. The trail is well marked. Again, it's got some beautiful views inside the forest going down through the valley. Again, folks, thanks for being with us this week. We really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe to the channel. If you've got any thoughts, put it in the comment section below. And again, folks, as always, get out and enjoy life to the fullest without excuses. See ya.